Hey everyone, and welcome back to Self-Help Fitness. Today we're on location again at Omega Chiropractic here with Dr. Troy Myers. And today we're going to work our way up like we talked about and go into the knee. So let's talk a little bit about that. Alright, so Dr. Myers, why don't you tell us a little bit, in your practice, because our main thing is that we want to get you guys what you need, what we're seeing most with our clients. So when I'm working with a client as a trainer, he's working with them in a different aspect. So go ahead, Dr. Myers, what is it you see the most of with, the knee?
Yep.
And what would you say we need to look for?
Sure. So a lot of times people have typically the pain on the front part of the knee. Like,
Okay.
oh, I hurt when I go up and down stairs, or when I lunge, or kind of clicks or pops, or something worse. I got a meniscus or ACL, like my stability looks kind of funny. Okay. So what we do is an assessment. One of the easy ways that we talk about is we'll have them do a standing functional movement. So I want to see when you do your squat, does your knees buckle in at all? And that's typically either a hip stability problem, or like we talked about before in the last video, the ankle issue. So your ankle and hip have a lot to do with what the knee does. So, because the knee is just a hinge joint,
Right.
and it's not complicated, it's only supposed to really do
Right.
this. So it's supposed to have ankle mobility, knee stability, hip mobility.
Okay.
If something is lacking in the mobile areas, and so now there's a compensation issue,
Right.
now the stable area has to move more to compensate for
Right.
the lack of motion.
And that's probably what you guys are dealing with the most. Your pain and clicking is coming from compensation. Your body's trying to protect you and it's just trying to help you. So we just got to realign it, because the good thing is your body, your nervous system knows where it's supposed to be and where it wants to go. So
Okay, so like say if this is the person's right leg, they do their squat, all of a sudden their knee buckles in. There's a lot of twisting motion in an improper position on the knee. So there you have your meniscus issues, your IT band is trying to keep that knee from buckling in, so you'll get your IT band issues. It pulls on that little tendon right here to here, where this is kind of stuck here on this model, but this is your kneecap, your patella, and attach it to this little bone right here on the tibia called your tibial tuberosity. So one of the exams I do on people is I'll have them seated, and I'll put a little dot right here on that little bump right in the front part of their knee, and then I'll put a little dot on the knee cap. Now the kneecap in reality will kind of be like right around here. Now, when your knee is flexed like this tibia will be rotated naturally in. When you extend the knee, it will actually kind of go in line with the kneecap, okay? So what I do is if they're just resting here and I put that dot, it's supposed to be on the inside of the dot on the kneecap, and then whenever I extend the knee, it's supposed to line up perfectly.
Okay.
Now, a lot of times when I do it, people's knees are already out here. So, and then if I extend, it's even more on the outside part. That lets me know that that foot is twisting this way, the femur is twisting in, and a lot of times the compensation, that talus moves and that ankle starts to flatten there. So you have a weird compensation pattern due to a lot of times hip instability and ankle instability. Okay? So that's something that you guys can do at home. Just take a little magic marker, draw the little tip.
That's my next
of the
question, is
kneecap.
can you do this at home?
Yeah,
Okay.
draw a little tip of the kneecap, draw a little tip right that bone part there. Okay, just have the knee flexed and then extend it. When you extend it, they should be in a nice little line.
Okay.
If all of a sudden now that bottom line's way over here to the outside,
Right.
you know you're having some twisting mobility issues in that knee.
Okay.
So then a lot of times what we do is we work on the tight areas first, because you have to fix mobility before
Right.
you fix stability.
Right.
So that's where we would do
Okay.
mobility work.
And grab that real quick again, because one thing I want to show you guys that's just interesting. So you notice with this, you have a joint here that is able to move in all ranges of
Yep.
motion for the most part.
Ball and socket
And the
joint.
same thing with the ankle,
Mhm.
and then here, like you're saying, we have a hinge joint. And so the reason why I'm telling you guys this is a lot of times this is why as trainers and chiropractors and stuff, we're saying, okay, you're having knee pain. This is why we tend to want to work on your hips and ankles, because this is controlling a lot more of your range of motion than the actual knee.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get into the tissue work, because even though we know most of the time it's probably your hips and feet, the reality is that as the knee gets tight because of these two main things getting out of whack, you still got to work on all this area. Okay, so let's show you how to do that, because working the knee can be kind of tough. So let's get into that real quick, all right? All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take a simple ball. Now this is a different, little lighter than a lacrosse ball, so you could go as tight with the ball or you could do softer. I would say start with a softer ball, and you want something that's a little bit smaller that you can grab. The bigger the ball is, the harder it's going to be for you to sit on it. So you can still use them and try, especially when you get to the stick, but it's going to be kind of tough, all right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this ball and I'm going to get it right here in the back of my knee. And what's great about this is because of this knee joint, you know, we have all the muscles in the calves, we got the quads, everything's working through here. So we're going to get the advantage on this one is we're going to be able to work the calf and the back of the leg, the hamstring at the same time. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it in there and I'm going to sit on it, and you can just sit on it like this. Now this might be very painful for you for the first time, so I say sit on it like this, maybe not. So it might be something where you're kind of starting here and you just kind of work yourself back and you create reps out of it. So there's nothing wrong with that. The next thing you can do is you can go down to the tabletop position and you can just lock it in there and just work it nice and slow. Because it's not so much that I'm just getting the tissue out here, but as I move this hip, I'm pulling on that tissue also. So just make a few movements, just like that. So pretty simple, and you can start with maybe on the outside, maybe you got to work it on the inside a little bit, no big deal. So just work it in there and then get up, maybe do a few squats, maybe check the knee again like he said with the dot test, and you're good to go, okay? So that's the back of it. As far as the front of the knee, so that's pretty simple. We're just gonna go here. All you gotta do is lay down. Now with the ball, I tend to like it with my heel towards my butt, okay? But you're gonna find that it's really depending on how it's feeling that day and what you need to get out. So you might just kind of work it through. You're gonna work the whole top of that quad there, especially towards that knee. And then you can also bring it out to the side here. You can get on the inside of that knee. Ooh, and that's where you're gonna find there's gonna be a lot more, like he was saying, when you guys are sitting, your IT bands are getting really tight, which is the outside here. So you're gonna find there's a lot more tension in here too. So it's just compensation. You're gonna have, it's gonna feel crazy all over. But those are the two to three main things that I would do just with the ball. So again, hit the back, hit the front, hit the side there. Now, as far as hitting this guy, you can just go into the pitching position. And it's a little bit tougher to make sure you have that strength, but you can work the outside of that knee a little bit. And you could do this, honestly, with a foam roller too. So you could do the same, the outside there with the foam roller also. But just trying to show you if you just had a simple ball. Remember, a lacrosse ball at the store costs like less than $2. Okay, so you should be able to even get a pack of balls like this, you know, for pretty cheap. And you'll want to get different textures, different, you know, again, densities, so that you guys can manage it different, you know, at different, different ways. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much it as far as with the knee today, you guys. So pretty simple. Try the test as far as just putting the dot on there. I love that, so you can kind of check yourself. Do the test, see how it looks, then go through our tissue work that we just showed you real quick and see how much better it is. Okay, so, and if it's still not where you need it to be, hey, leave us a comment, question, whatever, and let us know so we can, you know, kind of maybe get you specifically what you need, all right? We really appreciate you guys joining us here on Location with Omega. Thank you, Dr. Myers, man. It's really been enjoyable, and we're going to continue to bring these videos to you guys. We're going to keep working up the body. Then after that, we've got a bunch of other cool things that we're going to do just to challenge each other so that we can use our challenge to each other to get you guys better and more information. So it's going to be exciting. Remember, like the video. If you really love the information you're getting, please comment below. Let us know what you guys think, what you would like to see more videos on, especially if it's not stuff that we're talking about. And other than that, just make sure you guys subscribe to Self Health Fitness, our YouTube channel, and go to our website at selfhealthfitness.com. And you can check out Dr. Myers here at OmegaChiro.com here in Cary, North Carolina, if you're in the area of Raleigh. All right? So we really appreciate you guys being with us today. Have a great week, and we will see you next week. Thanks.